Hello folks, it's Steve here, and we want to give our build a break for the day. So we're going to go ahead and catch up on some of the budget expenses that we had here that I've been recording for the month of September. So the living cost that I'm going to cover is for a family of 7 of us, 2 kids, 5 adults, and this is in the Lipa City area, Philippines. So to give you an idea, our number one hitter is our rent, which is 40,000 pesos, which is about $824.74 US. What I did was I went ahead and used a 48.50 exchange rate. Rate's a little bit lower, but I just rounded out to 48.50 to give you guys it's pretty close. It's probably about 48.25 if you by the time you do your exchange rate and you pay your fees and all that stuff. But we're going to use 48.50 for the sakes of this this spreadsheet here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these spreadsheets up so you guys will be able to follow along and see exactly what I'm looking at too, what I'm reading off the computer. The next one on that is electricity, and that came out to a little over 100 US. It was 5,070 pesos. And that was probably our highest month that we've had to date on electricity here. So, like I said, it's a little over $100 for US. And the next hitter on that is our phone expenses, which for 2 phones, we got 30 days of unlimited text and local calling for 1,042 pesos, which is about 2148 US. And the next one on that is our actual bottled gas that we use here to run the stove outside. And that's costs us every time we fill it's about 650 pesos. We go through those we go through a little over this one a month or one every month and a half, but we happen to get hit again, on this month, on the month of September anyway. And the house water, that's the water that we do not use for drinking, but for bathing, for washing, for everything with the exception of drinking. And that was 507 pesos, which is about $10.45 US. And the bottled water, which was are the blue jugs, I think they're 5-gallon jugs that we use on a dispenser. We paid 800 pesos for those, and those are 40 pesos each. We go through about five jugs a week. Came out to about $16.50. And our cable, which was PLDT, came out to 3,000 pesos. It's the same every month, 3,000 pesos, and it was 61.86 US. So that category there alone was about 45,999, or US. It was $948.43. So that's our biggest expenses anyway that are going out. Our food expenses, again, keep in mind this is for a family of 7. And we eat pretty good. I mean, we're not eating, obviously you're not going to be eating fillets out here or steaks out here. It's hard to find good. You can find them, but they're not at all the stores. You have to go to specialty stores, order it, or have it delivered. But we spent 30,055 pesos for about 620 US. And that was groceries that we cooked in the house. And for our dining out, we had a heavy month on dining out. Those are fast food, pizza. Wherever we stop, we get donuts. If I treat the family to something, some kind of special, something they like or whatever it is, sweets, that was covered in that. And that was 8,800 pesos for about 182 US dollars this month. And the total for our food and dining out items came out to 38,855 pesos for about a little over $801 US. Let's go to our next category, which was it's transportation. And the only transportation we don't have a vehicle payment, paid cash for the vehicle we bought here. So I don't know if it's a fair comparison or not, but I mean, there's no monthly payments like you would have, unless in the States our stuff is paid for too, but it was, I didn't drive high-end vehicles, so I drive pretty basic vehicles for us, transportation costs. It was bus trike fare, which was 1,120 pesos, which is about 23 US, and that trike fares are the stuff that we'll use for going short stops or just real quick hops, or the wife might go to the gym. She works out a lot and go to the gym, and then she'll take a trike back to get over here because the traffic here in Lipa it's really bad, especially in the afternoon. If you go into the Lipa proper anyway. Fuel for the car, we only fueled up once. Usually I fuel up about 2 times. When I say fuel, I get about half a tank and I go ahead and top off. We spent 1,020 pesos, a little over $21 US for our fuel expenses. So our total transportation costs for the month of September were 2,140 pesos for about 44.12 US. So not too bad there. Medical costs. This month I actually did get my physical. I'm trying to reconnect with a doctor here. I found a good doctor here in Lipa. Really impressed with the guy. He did his residency in the U.S. He's a really good guy. So he hooked up with him, and my visit was 1,000 pesos. Just see him. It used to be cheaper now, but this pandemic's kind of driven everybody. It was about 800 before. It's jumped to 1,000 now. So you paid $20.62 for your visit for the doctors. I had a follow-up visit with him this month for the month of October, and I only spent like 700 pesos. I had to get some prescription changes. And I got my medications were $4,046, which was 83.43. So I had an ear infection and had to get some other meds taken care of. A little higher than normal. I'll be able to give you guys a breakdown on that probably next month on what it cost me for my meds. For blood pressure medication and for my diabetes, it covers that. And then if I have some kind of a supplemental med for it too as well. And medical tests, I had all my blood work done. They did a bunch of, they did urinalysis, they did a ton of stuff. And the only reason I'm sharing this with you is so you'll get an idea. And I do not have insurance. I'm waiting for my visa to come through. It's been submitted and I'm waiting for approval on it now. So they're running behind the visas with the Bureau of Immigration was backlogged, and now they're stepping it up. They're releasing two lots. It looks like per month. They did last month. They did 2. Didn't make that list. I'm hoping to make one real soon. So in order to get my insurance on that. So my medical tests were just under 5,000 pesos, 4,959 pesos for 102 US dollars. So for the month of September, I actually had a heavy month, and I spent 10,000 pesos and on it for a little over $206 US. So that was a heavy month on it, but it was overdue. I should have had it done earlier, but I was getting so low on my meds and stuff, didn't really have a choice. So, but like I said, I got lucky, found a good doctor, man. I'm impressed with the guy, and he looks to be a good fit for my lifestyle. School costs. I have one of my sons are in school right now, going to a private school here in Lipa. The cost on that is, a monthly cost on that is 1,650 pesos, which is about 34 US dollars. And school supplies, we're constantly running down and getting art supplies and pens and paper and even some books that they need, which was covered here, which is 421 pesos. It was a really light month. Last month was pretty heavy because they're doing the online schooling now, so that's really the only option. My other boy, who's 2, obviously he's not in school yet, but we'll be putting him in private school, so the rate's pretty reasonable. Schools for his now, he only goes to school about 3 hours a day. I should say he's online for 3 hours a day. So you can look at the costs compared to the amount of time put into it. A little different, depends on how you want to look at it, but I'm happy that he's getting some type of engagement in school right now, because there's a lot of right now public schools. I have my brother-in-law who's still going to public schools right now. He's having a hard time because the schools are trying to get their modules and get that taken care of. So he has an interval. My boy's been going for almost a month now, and then before that, I have another friend of mine who's got his kid in school, so he's also doing that as well. So he's into it, but his school's a lot longer. He's going to one of the nicer schools here. And for personal care, this is hair, nails, and all that salon stuff that my wife takes care of, or my mother-in-law. So that was 490 pesos last month, about $10.10 US. No clothing was purchased. We're going to get some, this for the month of October. We'll be buying clothing for probably both my son and both my sons, the small one and the 10-year-old. Dry cleaning costs were about 500 pesos, about $10.31. And next one was LA Fitness, the gym. It's probably the best gym here in Lipa, at least I've found, that my wife frequents. It's, like I said, it's cheaper in the U.S., but out here to find a gym of that caliber, it's pretty nice. We're happy with it. It's 2,300 pesos. There's actually better promo rates going on now. They call it the COVID rates. So they're actually cheaper. They're about 2,000 pesos right now going for per month. That's her rate is 47.42, which she locked in when she, prior to all the COVID hitting and stuff. So it is what it is. Lazada had we only had one purchase on Lazada this month, which was I should say for the month of September, which is $670 and 1 peso, which was 13.81 US dollars. So that personal care category came in at 3,960 pesos for $81.65. And our entertainment, the only thing we do, obviously, big show buff, but right now none of the movies are going on here in the Philippines that I'm aware of anyway. They're all shut down in the SM. So the only thing we really get is Netflix, and that's our Netflix subscription costs us 564 pesos for 1163 US dollars, and that was the only thing that we were able to use for entertainment. I mean, we didn't hit any sporting events. Like I said, none of that stuff's going on now, and unfortunately, it's not. I shoot for a budget of about 2,500 US dollars per month, and try to stay underneath that category. And I'm trying to get that down right at around 2,000, but I don't think I'm going to be able to with the normal expenses that are used for your kids. And if you want to have a enjoyable life, be able to go out once in a while, and eat, sit down like a family, or have some fun snacks. Well, the final budget, the wrap up of our final budget is the actual budget for us. I shoot for $2,500 US, and trying to get it down to 2,000. Don't know if I will be able to, but our actual cost for September was 103,594 and 25 centavos, which was in the US came out to, let me correct that, it was 2136 US dollars. That's pretty close to what it should be, and we were under budget this month. And again, I hope it stays that way, but I'm not sure if it will. Number somewhere between 2,000 and 2,500. And for those of you who are actually thinking about coming out to the Philippines, that'll give you an idea of what a family of 7 lives off of here. And we're frugal, but we're realistic. We need to enjoy life. We try to take that. We don't go extravagant. We're not that type of people. But the family eats a Filipino diet. Like I said, it's something that if you've followed me before, you know that I'm adjusting to it. So, like I said, I hope that helps you guys on your budget needs. Gives you an idea of what the cost is here down in the Philippines. This is in the city of Lipa, so it's not a real rural province. It's a pretty good sized city. So anyway, I just want to say thanks for the support, and if you like what you saw, please let me know, and I'll keep the budgets rolling, or I won't do any more. But hit that subscribe button down there, and you guys stay safe.